Yo, Inca, you want to come out here?
Hello everybody, welcome back to another ICP battle, team builder, a lot of things. I'm gonna do them right now into each other, I guess you could call it. So first and foremost, we did win our week 7. Go check that out against Jorge. Very big thriller. We fight Trexo this week, as you can see on screen. He has a very interesting team and a very scary team, to say that. And we're basically fighting kind of for our playoff lives, I guess you could call it. I would more so say that we just want to win and then we're confirmed in. If we lose, there's a slight chance that we can be knocked out, because I don't know how all the other battles have gone at this point. So I'm going to go over the team really quickly. I'll go over the battle probably another time. Well, I mean, I'll go over the battle, but probably not in this same kind of, train of thought, I should really say. I'm going to go over the team, then in another, when I stop this recording and start a new one, you guys will hear my train of thought concerning the battle, because I don't want to do them at the same time, because then that becomes very messy. Regardless of that fact, Trexo has Regieleki, Tapu Koko, Latios, URSHIFU Rapid-Strike, Obstagoon, Moltres, Mamoswine Fracture, Marini, Runerigus, and Ferrothorn. Front office, aka the streets, have been saying Regieleki, Koko, URSHIFU Rapid-Strike, Moltres, Mamoswine, and a combination of either Runerigus or Ferrothorn. So those are the 6 I'm predicting. I don't really see Latios. While it is a good Pokemon this week, it is quite literally walled by Hatterene with its stabs. You guys get it. Dragon and Psychic isn't effective, or, not very effective against Hatterene. So I don't think it comes. It could be a baton passing set where it just gets in, threatens something out, and the baton passes out into another threat. Obstagoon, I have Triple Fairy. Maybe it'll be good in the long game if it's Scarf at the end, but I really don't see it coming. Maybe for like Intimidate Mawile if he thinks I'm gonna bring it, but like honestly, no. Fracture and Marini are pretty obvious. Fracture's a bad Pokemon. I'm not gonna say the phrase I wanted to say because it's the internet, as you guys know. And Marini could come with T-Spikes, but I have a poison type, a really good poison type at that for my team. And obviously, I probably don't care if it comes, but like it's not coming, you know what I mean? Anyways, with that being said and out the way, let's go over the team that I built for this. So we have this team here. I'm on sports, as you guys can see my Russell Wilson Allah. I am not a Broncos fan. I'm a New York Giants fan. So whatever week this goes up in, thank God that they either won or damn it, they lost. Okay. Because the week I'm recording this, they beat the Ravens. Anyways, Landorus, Chillinberry, mostly because of normal gem or just normal moves from Regieleki. Pretty standard set, if I do say so myself. Outpaces URSHIFU Rapid-Strike, and that's pretty much it. That's all we needed to do. We generally will be always U-turning on it if we have to, unless we find out it's Scarf, or I'll just generally just switch out into Roserade, or if Rotom Heat's at a low enough amount of health, I'll let that die, or in general, I'll just be scared and do nothing. So there's that. For that matter, though, Landorus definitely hits this entire team for really good damage. Rockside, Oko's, I believe, max HP Ultras are just like, not max HP, I think like no HP Ultras, so like offensive Ultras. Psychic does a lot to the aforementioned URSHIFU. Earth Power does a lot to this team overall. We want to avoid Mamoswine as much as possible, but Mamoswine really does threaten my team, so we have to be very careful. With that being said, our defensive unit is Roserade, Rocky Helmet, Poison Point, Sludge Bomb, Energy Ball, Leech Seed, and Giga Drain. Basically, what I'm telling you here is that we want to make sure that Moltres, while is going to outpace us all the fucking time, if we get off a Leech Seed as it's switching in, at the very minimum, we can switch out into Rotom, and then Rotom will get back health. That's very important. Additionally, we live a Surging Strikes. We do not live in Acrobatics if the item is gone. If it is not gone, we'll live it. We do not live in a Max Airstream. Outside of that, realistically, hits everything I wanted to, Leech Seeds everything I needed to, and essentially Roserade does the job I really need this week, which is basically be a disturbance and be a defensive beast against URSHIFU Rapid-Strike. Outside of that, it's a really good type of wall against his electrics, which is very, very important. I think that personally, Roserade will definitely, it might play a good pivotal point here, but I feel like it'll just be okay. But hey, you let me know down below if you think Roserade will be good, but that's not the question here today. Next up, we got Rotom Heat, Pasture Berry. The Pasture Berry is for Aqua Jet only. It does not live in Surging Strikes. I know what you're thinking, like Avery. That's a stupid decision. It is. I understand. But it's for an Aqua Jet towards the end of the game. I float above Psychic Terrain and my Hatterene can set it. Therefore, I can get hurt by priority moves. That means towards the end of the game, if I have Psychic Terrain up, guess what? Chicken butt. I need to make sure that I can at least live one. And I do, surprisingly. Just one though. Overheat, Will-O-Wisp, Discharge, and Hex. Basically, we can switch it on any and all Moltres, and Moltres really can't do much so Mystical Fire is down. We discharge it. If it's probably going to be faster than us, and if it is, that means we're in a probable position where we can go into Grimmsnarl, Porygon 2, and then teleport or just put up screens, and that's fine by me. Because Moltres will have to want or have to switch out, we have to Will-O-Wisp every time on the switch out play, and we always get a really good burn off. Hexes for those burns, and Overheat's just for Ferrothorn. Quite literally, that's all I have it for. Next up, got Hatterene G-Max, Electric Seed, Magic Bounce, Mystical Fire, Expanding Force, Dazzling Gleam, Trick Room. Basically, after a +1 boost, we live a Poison Jab and Iron Head from the URSHIFU Rapid-Strike. We live a lot of physical attacks. And we also live a bunch of physical attacks when we are G-Max, which is very nice. We have Magic Bounce. Obviously, it's the only good ability on Hatterene in the singles format. Mostly that we definitely really want it because Runerigus, Ferrothorn, Marini, Mamoswine, you know, they can all set up hazards. And we want to make sure that if we're going to switch in and we don't think they're going to hit us, we automatically will put those away. And that's really good. Trick goes here as a last effort just in case something happens, but we'll see. If Runerigus and Ferrothorn both show up, we may never click Trick Room, but it's a very interesting chance that we will, but it's unlikely, but it's not impossible. Next up, we got Poldu, Porygon 2, just mixed defensive, Trick Room, Try Attack, Teleport, Recover. I read those out of order, but you get it. We can generally live all the hits that we need to. It's just URSHIFU and getting knocked off that we need to worry about, and Porygon 2 is really good at dodging those. The rest of our team has to suffer, but it's Porygon 2, you know what I mean? I gotta make sure I look out for my boys. But end of the day, Tri-Tech does a lot of damage after download boost. A lot of Trex's Pokemon more physically defensive, so on the download play, we get our special attack up, and Tri-Tech will do about 20 to 40% depending on the Pokemon, and that's a lot of damage, all things considered, and the chance for burn, paralysis, or freeze is really nice. However, it's not a great Pokemon in this game, but Registeel is worse, so I'm bringing P2. And then Grimmsnarl, just basic screens and a bunch of EVs that you probably want me to explain, but it's kind of just like URSHIFU calcs for like a Reflect and Light screen, and that's really all. It's URSHIFU calcs for Reflect and then other Pokemon for Light screen like Koko or Regieleki, and that's very important. Sucker Punch is definitely the move of the hour, just because like I need to get off that like little chip damage to make sure that they're in range of different hits, especially like if I go for Sucker Punch against something like that has Air Balloon like the Koko or the Regieleki, and they want to attack me or Volt Switch or U-turn, then guess what? That's a really good play on my part. One. And number two, Fire Punch is literally there just for Ferrothorn. We 2-hit KO all Ferrothorns, even if it's max defensive, unless it is Akaberry. I know it's a risk, but if we get up our Reflect, we don't care about the risk. We live. With that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and record the second half of this, which will be my analysis of the battle, because this is going to be done in post. If you haven't noticed, all of this is being done in post. That's why I'm talking as if I don't know what's going on, but I clearly do. But you guys get it. Regardless of that, guys, thank you guys for watching this part of the video. Since I mentioned football earlier, I can't speak. Tell me your favorite football team in the comments down below. I think I did this already, but I said favorite football team or sports team. I'm gonna do it again because I feel like I missed out on those answers. Regardless, let's get right into the battle. Oh wow, it seems like I told you guys I'd be recording this at a later time. It's tomorrow or the next day. God damn it, I can't even speak. Hey, so me and Trexo fought on basically on Showdown. Connection issues happened. You guys know the vibes. So here's the teams, I guess. You can't see our icons because we're on sports, and sports, at least when you take the replays, I think most of the time you can't see custom icons, but yeah, I mean, I might put something there, I might not. Anyways, so we got the Ferrothorn, the Moltres, the Regieleki, the URSHIFU, and the Koko correct. Trexo did not bring Mamoswine, but indeed decided to bring Runerigus. Almost called it another name because I like to say jokes. Anyways, with that being said, this battle definitely came down to the wire, just like week 7. So let's go and get right into it, obviously. Basically, my thought process here is always lead Grimmsnarl. There's no reason not to. I've been doing it in mocks, and it served me well in those mocks, while some might say, oh, but you didn't have a lot of mocks, right, Avery? And it's like, how did you know that? What are you? Get away from me. Anyways, with that being said, we do end up leading with Grimmsnarl as Trexo. Oh god, oh my god, that was loud as shit, because obviously I played that with volume up. So that was nice. Anyways, he leads off with Moltres. And I leave for Grimmsnarl. So, oh, whoops, don't want to do that. So I switch on to Rotom Heat as he goes for Hurricane, and that tells me it's a bit more offensive than I think. The goes for U-turn, obviously, and he's going to go into Runerigus. I always go for Will-O-Wisp because there's no reason for me to go for Discharge or for anything else that turn, because obviously there's Runerigus coming in. So I go into Grimmsnarl, he doubles and goes into Moltres. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get up my screens and make sure things go well. He does crit me, unfortunately, which, you know, be like that sometimes. Put up Reflect, he goes for U-turn, goes into Ferrothorn, and I'm like, yes, finally. I go for Fire Punch, do 81%, and I burn, mind you, as he gets up a Spike. And I guess that's RNG just paying me back for his crit earlier. So I Fire Punch again, kills Ferrothorn, and we're all good from there. We get the first kill. So now Runerigus comes back in. I Sucker Punch because, you know, why not? And obviously, we see the Colbur Berry. He does Body Press, getting back his Wandering Spirit. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was a good play on my part. I'm not going cap. That was a good play. That's a good play. That was a good play. But I will say, maybe I want to keep Grimmsnarl longer, just because like maybe having screens for later might be better, but that's nor here nor there. So now we're gonna go hard into our Roserade. We're gonna Leech Seed. Since Ferrothorn's dead, I can freely Leech Seed everything on this team. And now I can live Mystical Fires and Hurricanes against this Moltres. Moltres gonna go for Mystical Fire. I am gonna go for Sludge Bomb just because I want to make sure I try and get some poisons. I do not, unfortunately, as I'm getting back health with Leech Seed. As Trexo goes for Roost, I go for another Sludge Bomb, and I'm like, all right, cool, still no poison. I have 88%. There goes my light screen. So now I'm switching out into Rotom. I should have stayed in knowing that this could U-turn, because then I get a poison or maybe just Rocky Helmet Chip. So Surging Strikes does happen, unfortunately. We do lose our Rotom. This is only for Aqua Jet, not for Surging Strikes, so we do lose Rotom here. Unfortunate. Go into Roserade. I see him double out or just switch out regularly. And over another Leech Seed. I'm like, I could live a Mystical Fire, not a Hurricane. So he does go for Mystical Fire, thankfully. We do Sludge Bomb. We don't get the poison, but he does die to our Leech Seed, so Roserade picks up that kill. And now it's URSHIFU coming back in and just poison jabbing because it really doesn't need U-turn. We get the Rock Helmet Chip, which is nice. Going to Landorus. I'm gonna go ahead and just U-turn out here because I assumed he would switch. He did not. He decided to G-Max here. So I'm like, damn, I have to waste Porygon 2 here. I wish I didn't. I really do, but it's unfortunate. So we do die to Max Flow into Max Knuckle after a Spike, I'm pretty sure. So we just die, unfortunately. So now we're just gonna go on Hatterene and then Max Guard here because that's the best decision we can make here. And we're down 2-4, but as you see, Max Ooze pops. Obviously he doesn't get it. And now I'm just like, fuck it. I'm gonna just go for Max Mindstorms now. I kill Runerigus. Trexo goes into Coco to put up Electric Terrain, but we have our Electric Seed. So then we're going to just go for another Max Mindstorm again, just get up the Psychic Terrain, just to make sure that we can't get Aqua Jetted in the end, at least if Hatterene's out. But obviously Landorus still can't because it's not on the ground. So he goes in Regieleki, goes for round. This is some interesting tech because I think he was expecting me to go Landorus, but I don't know. I think he told me he thought I was going to Landorus. So then obviously kill Regieleki Expanding Force, but then we die to URSHIFU, unfortunately. Happens. And then we just go into Landorus, and then Landorus cleans up with Psychic. We take the victory 1-0, and we move up to the, I believe we moved up from like the 7th or 6th seed up to the 5th seed, and we fight Cherry again in the first round of ICP playoffs. So we both have changed our teams. Well, I changed my team a lot. Cherry changed his team only slightly. It's going to be a really nice matchup. Pretty sure he has like Klefki, Primarina, and some other Pokemon now, maybe, I assume. So, and obviously we have Landorus, we have Hatterene, we have Registeel, obviously, so this will definitely be an interesting match, no doubt, for playoffs. I want to say GG to Trexo, of course, because obviously this was a really good game on both our parts. I definitely would like to fight him again if we can make it that far, but obviously our next task is to try and beat Cherry in playoffs, and obviously Cherry wasn't going super duper hard in our first matchup, but this matchup I definitely think he wants to win. So, and I also, you know, for while I'm here, I might as well try and win, you know, so we'll see how that goes. But thank you guys for watching. If you guys did like this, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Check out Trexo down below. Of course, he doesn't upload for ICP, but you know, once Gen 9 comes up, I'm sure he'll be uploading leagues, and he's a fantastic guy. So you guys should definitely check him out. So yeah, talk to you guys next time. So peace.